project in 2005 when I read an article in a newspaper, not a newspaper, in a magazine, a news magazine, on the school in the desert. And there were some photographs with the article, and I thought, oh, this is really cinematic, and I want to see what it's like. So I made some contacts with some organizations, and they could first take me into the desert, because it's hard to go into the desert when you don't know. You could just get lost. It's 5,000 square kilometers. When I spent more time at the school, I realized that you couldn't do a film on a school without talking about salt. And that's when it changed. It became about the salt rather than the school.
Well, most of the shots, they were shot with natural light. 95% was just sunlight or moonlight or whatever it was. For the rest, the equipment was minimal. It was like a very small LED torch, €20 item. A used old headlight for a car with a battery attached. That was it. We had a very, very low budget project. And the important thing was to find a camera that would not be too expensive, but would be reliable. So I opted for a Sony with a fixed lens, with a zoom, which is of good quality. I was amazed to see the first rushes. And yes, and it was also a bit of luck, because we didn't have a backup camera, and every time we went there, if something would have happened, we would have had to go back. There was no power, so we needed solar panels. But basically all the equipment we managed to carry ourselves.
I had spent a lot of time in the desert with many different families, and I finally chose this particular family because I found the father, the man, the protagonist in the film, very fascinating as a person. He was very strong-willed, very proud of the salt he was making, and he was very meticulous, very precise. And I liked that dedication that he had. Also, the family had 3 generations, which was very clear in this one family. And they were very open to being filmed. So that's how I started working with this family.